What is up, Mizzou fans? Welcome back to another post-game show here on the Show Me Football YouTube channel as your Missouri Tigers walk out of Jordan-Hare with a 23-17 victory over the Tigers. We're going to be breaking down everything and more right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, Missouri Tigers fans, Eli Drinkwitz and the Missouri Tigers beat Auburn 23-17 on the road in an OT thriller, double OT. Mizzou wins it. Oh man, Braden, what a game. I know you have a lot of thoughts, but I'm just going to start it off by saying a win is a win, and I'm not complaining about walking out of Jordan-Hare with a victory on the road. Drinkwitz on the road. I mean,
Stop.
Drink on the road. What?
Stop.
It's drink on the road, man.
Stop.
I mean, what can you say? I mean, honestly.
You can't be happy. You can't be that joyful about it. Stop being a homer.
We escaped with the win.
You are coping so hard.
Survive in advance. That's what we did.
You are coping so hard. That was the worst football game of all time. That was the worst football game I've ever watched. Just bar and away. Just worst game I have ever watched.
Tell us why.
I don't even know where you start at this point. Like there's unlimited amounts of material to unpack. I'll start with this because this was the thing that infuriated me the most and really got me into this mood outside of you saying fun weekend, which is not a story to explain. Whenever Toriano Pride got his eyes caught in the backfield about 5 different times, which led to almost every single Auburn point scored today. Sure, he had the interception, which led to a field goal. Big fucking whoop. Whenever he's responsible for basically 14 of the 17 Auburn points and 6 more points that Auburn missed. He had his eyes caught in the backfield when he's 30 yards downfield. Like, what are you doing? So that was the main thing that got to me. And then it was just Kirby Moron.
Yeah.
And this offense
nickname was earned this week.
Inept. And then Robert Meyer missing a field goal. And the commentators, Josh, they thought that Bo Pribula was Brady Cook. And they very clearly didn't realize that Robert Meyer was our backup kicker because they went on an entire spiel about how Auburn's kicker's hurt and how he's playing through an injury right now. And that's why he sucks. And completely failed to mention that Blake Craig got injured in week 1 of the season. And like, don't realize that we have a backup kicker as well.
I think they did mention that because I remember hearing it, but they
very clearly forgot it.
Yeah,
because they kept calling it chip shot field goal range for Robert Myers, and then he missed it because he's only hit 1 field goal from 40 yards all season.
And it was very close. In fact, it was so close, Braden, that Eli Drinkwitz was running onto the field as if Mizzou had won.
That would have been the again, that just shows you. And there's probably like 30 other things that we haven't talked about at this point. But Drink doing that, like ridiculous. And then right after that, you have the halftime or the overtime coin flip, and Zion Young is just losing his damn mind. And then he walks that talk up, unlike the Seahawks against the Packers, whenever they said that we want the ball, we're going to score. Zion Young went on defense, said, you know what time it is.
He won the game.
And he won the game. Zion Young won the Missouri Tigers this football game in Jordan-Hare when Bo Pribula didn't play his best game, when Donovan Olubade was
wide receiver 1. Donovan
Olubade, the second best wide receiver on this team. Sorry, he's the second best wide receiver. The only guy I like more than him right now is Coleman. Olubade is that good, and he needs to be seeing the field way more often. The Auburn fans are probably going to cry about the refs a little bit, but whenever Mizzou had the game taken away from them, whenever they picked up an unnecessary roughness flag, whenever the Auburn defender literally picked up Marquise Johnson and body slammed him.
Unreal.
Unfucking believable. The refs were shit all around, but Auburn fans can't claim that the refs just stole this one. Like, no, this one is just going to be Hugh Freeze's last game as the Auburn coach because he doesn't make it out of the building on Monday.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Marquise Johnson picked up flag where he got slammed to the ground by the Auburn defender. If that doesn't, it's the most Mizzou stuff ever. Like, if we had lost, we'd definitely be talking about it a lot more. But that's the kind of thing that in the past, before Drinkwitz was the coach, that's how we would lose. And that would be the talk of the game about how Mizzou got screwed over again, about how we got Mizzou'd. Now, luckily, Braden, Eli Drinkwitz and
drink with
games.
I don't care. Drink with.
What? He won.
He whiffed on all of my expectations for this team. They're right out.
No, yeah. Tonight, there's definitely some issues to clean up. Not gonna lie, but
really?
what I was gonna say about the penalty that got picked up is that if that stands, Mizzou wins in regulation. I'm pretty confident.
Robert Meyer probably misses it.
I don't know. I think Mizzou has the momentum. I think they get a few more yards even after that, and I think he makes it in regulation. I really do. I know he missed the one in overtime, but it was a close miss as well. It's not like he totally shanked it to the left or the right. It just barely missed. And that's why Drinkwitz thought, because from his angle, he thought it was good. And I can totally understand why he thought it was good. But yeah, that's why you can't really leave the game in the hands of your kicker in this type of situation. And we always said there's going to be a couple games this year where it comes down to having to make a kick.
And they got lucky.
And one of them was South Carolina. Robbie Meyer, he made the kick. And then tonight was another one, and he missed, and they were somehow able to survive. So, I mean, they've gotten pretty lucky so far, but the even bigger issue
Auburn left so many points on the board.
And so did we, honestly. So did we.
But they just left a few more on, honest. Like, that's what this game came down to. Who wanted to lose it less? Not who wanted to win it, who wanted to lose it less.
Yeah, because we had our defense... And I understand that there's still some woes in the secondary for sure after this game, but the defense for the most
just
part,
pride.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
the defense,
there was nobody else that I was really like, damn, you had a bad game tonight. But Nicholas Rodriguez, but he's a linebacker, and it was just the two penalties that were just dumb that you cannot do.
Yeah, no, can't have it. But the defense,
he's
for the most
been
part,
great up to this point. But that abysmal game by him.
Yeah, just a net negative with those two penalties, unfortunately. But the defense did their job, I thought, for the most part.
Yeah,
they gave the offense so many chances to just put this game away. They held Auburn to multiple field goal attempts in regulation in which the kicker missed the field goal attempt. And you thought, okay, this is where the offense drives down the field and scores games 17 to, what would it have been? 17-3, I believe, or 17-3. Or yeah, that's right, 17-7. And you thought there's no way Auburn can match this or overcome this, and Mizzou just couldn't seal the deal. And the biggest problem in my eyes is Kirby Moore, as you like to call him, Kirby Moron, because I thought this was the second straight week in which his play calling was questionable at best.
It was just abysmal. I mean, I texted it to the group chat multiple times. I tweeted about it on Twitter, and I'm like, there was just so many situations where it was just so painful. Like, it was the most painful football that I've ever watched. There was absolutely no adjustment to the blitz until the second overtime. It felt like that was the first time when Bo hit Kevin Coleman on 3rd and 10. That felt like the first time that they were actually able to adjust and pick up a cover zero blitz. And they were not able to do that the entire fucking game. And like, there was multiple points where Auburn had 7 guys on the line of scrimmage and another one right behind it. So they had 8 right there at the line of scrimmage, and we only had 5 or 6 guys on the line, and we would still decide to run the ball. Like, how do you not check out of that? You don't have the personnel versus the front that they're showing. And just complete mismatches schematically that Kirby Moore got himself into. It wasn't really Ahmad Hardy's fault that he couldn't go anywhere. The fact that he got anything at all was impressive, because Keegan Trost did not have a great game at right tackle. Piegler, sorry.
Yeah.
did not have a good game either. There were multiple times where he had blitzers from linebacker spots coming right in his face, and he would slide over and protect with just bad fundamental football, bad mental football, and some of that probably falls on the coaching. So you have that happening. There was a few runs to the left that didn't work, and you just get absolutely bailed out by Bo remembering how to play football for about half of a quarter, and then two drives at the end of the game, where Donovan Olubade and Kevin Coleman bailed him out. That's what this game came down to.
Yeah, I just was pulling my hair out at different points because of what you said. You had Auburn putting 8 to 9 guys in the box, especially early on, and you were just trying to run against it when you weren't going to be able to, especially this Auburn front.
Yeah.
And I promise I'm not hedging when I say this because I said this in the preview. Like, Auburn's defense has been damn good this year. They held Georgia to 20 points. They held Texas A&M to 16 points. They held Oklahoma to only 24 points in that game, back when John Mateer was actually healthy. Like, Auburn, they're a bad team,
Their
but
defense is good.
Yeah, they're very talented, and their defensive coordinator, DJ Durkin, I mean, he's one of the best in the country, and Drink actually tried to hire him and whiffed, and that's when they got to
Drink whiff.
Yeah, they tried to hire DJ Durkin, and man, I wish they did, because that guy is just really, really good at his job.
And I think he'd be really good here.
And coaching defense. But yeah, my main gripes with Kirby Moore were that, and then also the other series in overtime, when you already stopped Auburn, you only need a field goal to win, and third down, we are doing empty backfield. Yeah, empty backfield, 5 wide. Bo Pribula drops back, and he did end up running for a couple yards, but that's not the play call you want there. Like, run it 3 straight times and go win the freaking game, Kirby. My God.
Like, you still have to trust Hardy in that situation.
But and he had a couple other good runs in overtime.
Like, they completely messed themselves up. They completely put themselves in a bad situation when it was completely unavoidable by just running the damn ball. And we've seen him shy away from running the ball. And tonight was a little bit more justified because they were trying to establish a run with Hardy, but it wasn't able to go anywhere. But that was more because of the Auburn defensive fronts just being a complete mismatch for our offensive linemen, and our offensive linemen just missing gap assignments. We didn't hardly run outside zone at all tonight because we couldn't even establish anything inside. Or I don't even know if Hardy could get outside.
He did once. There was one really good run he had where he bounced it outside. I think
that was in the first quarter.
Yeah, but no, and I don't think Kirby Moore helped Bo Pribula out very much in this game. I don't think the offensive line helped out Bo Pribula much in this game. And what's so frustrating, Braden, is that Bo Pribula was not great tonight. Once again, multiple turnovers again. And that's becoming a huge issue.
The second interception, I'm fine with.
It was a little bit of an arm punt, at that point. I agree with that. And the other, you could argue that the other one was just a really
Josh
good play by the
Manning
defender.
Maybe should have got his head around a little bit, and he had a cover 0 blitz right in his face, and he just underthrew it. I'm not, again, for your first road performance, I can live with it. It's a growing pain.
Yeah. And I think him as well as the entire team needed a game like this where it really took some guts to win. Yeah, they did. They needed a game where it really took some guts to win, particularly Bo Pribula being a first-time starting quarterback. Like, to have this kind of game and still find a way to win, I think is going to go a long way towards his development going forward. And that's my opinion. But what I was going to say is,
doubt our ability to win on the road in real environments.
No, and I totally understand that, but I do think that this type of game is beneficial to the team's growth throughout the season. Now we'll see if that actually propels them to winning another big road game like Vanderbilt next week. But I still think there's value in winning a game like this. And what I was going to say about Bo Pribula and the 2 turnovers is what's so frustrating still is that there was still several plays in this game that I look at and I think, wow, like he's better than Brady Cook. Like the throw over the middle that me and you talked about, I believe it was the completion to Josh Manning over the middle where he had a really good throw. And I don't know if it was the same one, but there was one throw that he had where he stood in the pocket, knew that the pressure was coming, and just delivered a fantastic throw.
Yeah, there was a few throws where it's just like, yeah, Brady Cook.
Oh, and the other one to Josh Manning too, where like he just like squeezed it in between two defenders.
That was lucky.
Well, he made the wrong read. He made the wrong read because Coleman was actually wide open.
Yeah, Coleman was wide open over the middle.
But it was still a neat throw. And then the run to put them ahead in overtime, like that's why you brought him in, is that running ability right there. So like he's still doing good things, like really good things to build off of. You just have to clean up the turnovers, man.
Again, and I don't even think that the turnovers are 100% on him. Like the second one especially, like I don't care about that one.
Yeah.
Like you're throwing up the 50-50 ball to maybe get in field goal range and get you like the play calling and just
wish we drew it up for a Luke today instead of Marquise Johnson, but whatever.
Just the situational awareness that Kirby Moore and the offense had in the situation that they were in after the bullshit picked up flag, like to just completely let that moment defeat you, bad. Like you can't let that happen. You can't let that back you up 18 yards. Because you were in a spot where you could have tried to kick a field goal with Meyer. Probably wouldn't have made it, but you could have at least tried even without the flag that got picked up. And you just completely shit the bed and like undisciplined offensive line because we had a false start and Bo didn't know what to do. Like just bad play calls, just messy, sloppy football that – like it kind of ruins my expectations for this team, especially going into the Vandy game, because this kind of feels like the Vandy win last year.
Yes, it does.
Where it's just an absolutely messy, terrible, awful slugfest football game that you cannot wait to be done with. And then next week we followed it up by getting the shit kicked out of us by a really good A&M team. And I feel like the same thing could happen to Vandy next week. Or this team can be a little bit more resilient than the team last year and actually show some fight if they get punched in the mouth again against Vandy, which will probably happen.
Well, my biggest complaint about Drinkwitz, particularly on the road, but also in general, honestly, and it happened again tonight, is like we never, ever start fast, it seems like. Now we're a very tough team, and Drinkwitz has built a strong culture that we don't roll over and like, we come out with these close victories. But like, I want a game where we start fast, where we're the team to go up, 17-0 early or 14-3 early. It never seems to be us.
I genuinely can't remember the last time we did that.
Maybe some other Vandy game early in Drinkwitz's tenure.
I think it might be the Arkansas game from 2 years ago.
Yeah. No,
like
I think you're
whenever we secured the 10th win and just beat the brakes off of them.
Or when we went up like 22-9 or something like that against LSU at home in 2023.
And we still lost that game.
Yeah. And Mizzou actually in the first half offensively was doing pretty good before the Bo Pribula interception. And I thought, okay, and I remember you were talking to me in the group chat saying the same thing, like, okay, we're dominating time of possession, we're playing our game, like eventually this will break our way
break through and we'll get
and we were about to go up at worst 13-7 and getting possession after halftime. Then Bo throws the interception. Auburn puts together a drive somehow. Luckily misses the field goal. And then Mizzou ends up getting the ball back in the second half, but they do nothing. They do nothing with the drive. And it's like the execution, like the little execution stuff is still killing this team. Yeah, it's just killing this team. Like there's too many moments in the game where if Mizzou wants to get to where it wants to go this season, you can't be doing some of the things they do on the big swing plays.
No,
there's just too many swings that Mizzou is allowing to go the other team's way. Yeah, no, exactly. You lost on the margins, and that's why Alabama beat you. And this game, I wouldn't even say you lost on the margins, but you definitely let Auburn have too many of the plays that kept them in it.
And Auburn let way too many plays that kept us in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just let up a few more, and they missed a lot more opportunities because right before the Toriano Pride interception, he got fucking burnt and should have had a touchdown against him. Second or first play of the drive.
Yeah,
Got
and then it was an
so
egregious
lucky.
drop by Cam Coleman. Yeah, he normally
Just
does not.
lucky football player, and then he gets a pick on the next play, which was a good interception. But whenever you have the game that he has, just terrible because
Well, you knew because we said this in the preview. There was going to be a point in this game where Auburn gives you an opportunity because of a Jackson Arnold turnover, and your offense has to capitalize. Offense took over, only got 3 points.
Yeah,
Just it needs to be better than that in a game like this on the road versus a team like Auburn.
And Auburn needs to hit their chip shot field goals, and they just didn't. Like, it wasn't because of anything that we did on special teams. Like, we didn't do anything special or worthwhile because Eric Lynx is so fucking terrible at his job. We did have one decent punt tonight, Josh. Just one. One punt inside the 20, if I remember.
Well, you know what's funny is our own punt team is getting faked out by the punt returner for the other team because they're all standing around waiting for the guy to catch it. And meanwhile, it's 20 yards behind his head going for a touchback. Like, what are they doing at practice?
And, like, it doesn't feel like I'm trying to nitpick this team, but it's impossible not to. Like, there's no feasible way that we can, like, realistically break this game down in a coherent way. Like, there's nothing that can describe a football game like this. It was the worst game in the SEC played all season. Like, just the most sloppy Mizzou and Auburn football that you can expect because Jordan-Hare is built on Indian burial grounds. It's just what it is with Mizzou versus Auburn games. There's just something to them. And that trauma bond might unite Tiger fans, but it's just where we're at with these two teams.
There's been a lot of games like this in the Drinkwitz era where I get to a point where I'm disappointed, but I'm like, just come out with a win and I'll be happy because I cannot handle a loss. And that's kind of like, here's the thing. And that's why I'm not super upset is because, well, first of all, it is, like I said at the beginning, a survive and advance type of mentality, especially in this league. But I'm also not as pissed because, like, I'm watching the game and I get pissed off because we should be running away with a win.
And so should have, like, there was if Auburn hits the touchdown and then hits their 2 field goals, they're up 27-7 in the first half. If they take advantage of their 3 missed opportunities, if 3 plays go differently. Well, here's
the thing is Auburn screwing up is a given because that's how they've lost games all year. Like, them screwing up as a given. The fact that we were then screwing up to keep them in it is what is super frustrating. And so, you know, I get to a point in the game where I'm pissed, but then I'm like, just come out with a win and I'm happy because a loss would be detrimental to all of ours mental health and also to the season. So,
like, it would have been a gut punch to the locker room and that they wouldn't be able to recover from. Now, it just depends on how they actually view this game going into next week. Because Auburn's been in a lot of games, but it doesn't really feel like because it's of other teams' mistakes. It just feels like they're just playing close games. And granted, I didn't get to watch all of the Oklahoma game or the A&M game, but what game was it? It was the game in between those two.
A&M.
No, it was the one after A&M last week. Georgia. Yeah, like Georgia. Georgia wasn't really Georgia shooting themselves in the foot at all. It was just Auburn was playing really good defense for the first half, and then they just shit the bed.
Yeah. And look, it's so funny because this game
funny about this.
No, it really is funny because this game was almost exactly like the 2022 game.
Yeah, like
I think we
both got flashbacks.
Well, I think we were even wearing the same uniform combo. I could be wrong.
No,
But
we
same
were.
uniform,
We were.
same uniform combo. At Jordan Hare, the score might have been damn near the same. I'd have to double
They
check.
won 17-14. And
Okay, pretty close though. And a missed field goal, missed chip shot field. It's not a chip shot for Robbie Meyer, but I understand why the broadcast is calling it a chip shot. Although I don't know, it's college kickers, but that's besides the point. Drinkwitz even said after the game though, like, yeah, it crossed my mind that this was like 2022 Auburn. Which then I'm thinking to myself, like, how are you not doing everything in your power as a coach to make sure that exact type of game doesn't happen?
it almost happened to a T because it looked like Hardy fumbled it. Like you got
When you reached across the goal line. Yeah, I know.
Like everything about this game was
PTSD
just the football gods coming down and saying 2022 loss, Auburn, you get to experience that now. And now we're even. That's just how the football gods work sometime.
Yeah. And the football gods, I think, might have just fired Hugh Freeze as well.
Yeah.
Because I think he's done after tonight.
I don't see how a way you stay in the building after a game like that with everything else that's happened.
Well, yeah, because of all the extremely winnable games they've had so far, this game was extremely, extremely winnable.
Yeah.
And they choked it away.
They were up 17-10, and both of the flags that they had were very deserved. That got us 30 yards. Like, you can't claim refs effed you there. Like, that's just what it was. Also, Brandon Walker's a bitch who's whining and crying on Twitter right now. Yeah, he's flop of the year in the Missouri Auburn game just now, and it was Marquise Johnson getting picked up.
How was that a flop?
It's not a flop at all.
And not to mention, like, Auburn all night was, like, shoving our guys, getting in their face after the play was over, and the refs weren't calling it at all. Like, Auburn was very undisciplined in this game.
Yeah.
More undisciplined than us, surprisingly, because I don't think we were very disciplined in this game.
No.
But defensively, because they saved the game, the defensive line, Damon Wilson, Zion Young. Braden, you got like a soapbox about Zion Young because, he's your guy, and he won the game.
Fucking Drink, man. Bussin' with the Boys tweeted out the video of Drink running out onto the field after the missed field goal, and he just quote tweeted it with him on the podium with Truman whenever he was yelling at the Mizzou crowd at MIZ, just losing his damn mind like he was in the post game. And he quote tweeted it with a picture of him doing that and just hashtag
Drink's in a fever dream right now because I don't even think he believes they should have won.
No, like he was very much just riding the high of the win. And I can't blame him. Like that's why you love him. That's why I also wanted him fired.
He's our coach.
That's why I wanted him fired. But
yeah, guys, Braden was saying in the fourth quarter, like, go to LSU, go to Penn State. We don't want you. Take Kirby Moore with you. Take Bo Perbula with you.
Take him. Go away. I don't want you anymore. I'm done with you. Because genuinely, this one's kind of a big win because Auburn it's just that last gasp of air for them in Hugh Freeze. So you have them trying their asses off, or at least Hugh Freeze trying his ass off. In front of 88,000 people. Like, maybe that's your best road win, even though Auburn's 0-3 in conference. And that's kind of sad, but this genuinely might be the best road win in the Eli Drinkwitz era, which is sad.
It's partly sad, but also, like, I'm not, like, I don't care, Kimberly, like, I'm not going to cry about escaping that stadium with a win.
No, I'm not. I am.
I'm just not. But it would have been scary because, like, trust me, if they had lost though, like, I would have been sitting here thinking, like, I just can't quite shake the fact that Drinkwitz would have lost to two of the worst Auburn teams in the last decade, Brian Harsin and Hugh Freeze led Auburn. Like, that would not have sat right with me. Yeah, that would not have sat right with me.
Like that's a pretty bad stain on you. But he avoided it.
Yeah, hey, look, win by any means necessary. That's what they did. I think he knows that. Braden, did you see Zion Young tonight? Zion Young.
Yes, very good football player.
Very good. He was. I mean, he was like a bat out
at
of
the
hell.
time, I wish that he didn't talk shit at the overtime center.
I was
but
thinking that
he was going off in overtime and just won us the game defensively.
Well, it's like the lasting memory you had of him before the end of this game was his personal foul against Alabama.
And then he just shows up and wins you this one.
Well, and then when I saw him like running his mouth after the coin toss, I'm like, dude, please shut up. Please shut up. Like this is there's no way this ends in any other way than it coming back to bite you in the ass. But no, he backed it up. Tackle for a loss and a sack to end it.
So if he wants to keep talking shit, talk your shit.
Yeah.
Because it might have given Bama a drive in that game, but it won us this game. Like that energy. Like you can manage
That's that drinkwitz culture, man.
I'm tired of the drinkwitz culture not being just easy wins.
It's kind of like grind it out.
We're never going to have like a truly easy win in the SEC, but like, can we just get a smooth game for once?
I don't know, Braden. I'm kind of thinking that Mizzou might just be the Penn State of the SEC.
I'm thinking that I'm going to get off of this podcast right now if you say that again.
Well, am I wrong? I mean, if you look at them, it's just like,
we haven't had that as many chances. Penn State was always playing third fiddle to Ohio State and Michigan.
I mean, you could argue over the last 3 years we're playing third fiddle to Alabama and Georgia.
Yeah, I would argue
can't win the big game.
Tennessee or Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss for sure. Screw Tennessee, especially after they got mollywopped tonight by Alabama.
Yeah, that was really funny. I mean, Heupel and them haven't played anybody all year, and the only game that they did play somebody, they lost.
And they should have lost to Mississippi State as well.
Yeah, and they very easily could have lost to Arkansas.
But that's this league, man. That's why I'm honestly not.
I mean,
I'm not
the differences between these wins and losses are so incredibly small. It's just luck.
Yeah, no, you definitely need some luck. They were actually talking about that on the broadcast about how like you just need the ball to bounce your way a couple times to.
Again, the broadcasters were so all over Auburn. It was terrible.
Well, Cole Kubelik, and he knows his stuff. He's a really great guy, and he puts out breakdowns on every team after every weekend. But he's an Auburn grad, so he was kind of fanning out in this game a little bit, and it was kind of like, all right, enough's enough. And then Tom Hart, I like Tom Hart as an announcer, but he just had some really bad moments in this game. Calling Bo Prabula Brady Cook on the game-winning touchdown. I mean, come on, man. Can't do it. But look, a win is a win. Drinkwitz, the culture, Braden, playoff hopes are still alive.
That.
What?
Like, how do you have any confidence or aspirations for the season going into the Vandy game now?
Because a win is a win.
We're too late in the season. We're too late in the season to still be having these kinds of issues to actually be a legitimate team, which is why I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. We're going to lose 2 of the games against.
They can still improve.
They're going to go 2-3 in the 5-game stretch. They need to go 3-2, but they're going to go 2-3, just like they did last year.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Okay, do you genuinely see us going 3-1 against a really good Vandy team on the road that just is coming off of a top 10 win and will probably have game day there?
I actually have a question for you about that after this, but go ahead.
And then you have A&M, who's a top 5 team, probably going to be undefeated, playing you at home, possibly a top 10 matchup if you miraculously win the Vandy game. And shit, game day might be there for that because that's 2 weeks later and they haven't come to Como. And then you have a home game against Mississippi State, which is not a joke. I'm like that game is probably not going to be easy. It shouldn't be as difficult, but it won't be easy. And then you play at Oklahoma and then at Arkansas. Do you really think that we go 5-1 in that stretch?
I'm not going to say we can't. I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to put money on it either.
1, 2.
But that's.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the beauty of it, though.
Four
We're gonna
four
have
and
to
one. He
find
has to
out.
go 4-1 in that stretch.
I mean, Vandy will be tough next weekend, but I'm definitely not counting us out by any means. And
Because we have the schematical matchup, it
yes,
just
exactly.
doesn't feel like it. But Vandy is so connected as a group and a team. Like they are playing as a team and they are winning as a team. And I don't know if Mizzou's going to be connected enough for that because Vandy's bond is just that strong, even
Hey,
if the talent isn't there. Like they are just that fundamentally good as a team.
I mean, it's going to take probably at least a B+ game to beat them. So, yeah,
You're going to need to be on your A game next week.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But like, obviously, I'm not counting them out. A&M at home, I still like us in that game, and then that means you just have to go 2-1 in the Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi State stretch, and I feel pretty good about that as well. Still, too, I'm looking ahead a little bit. It's going to be tough. It's not easy, but like we're in it, and so we're not. And I still think this
agree,
team.
but I don't.
I still think this team has room to improve as well.
Yeah,
and I want to make that clear. Like I think Bo Pribula will get better with these last couple games of experience that he's gotten. Hopefully, Kirby Moore chooses not to have a third straight game that's like the worst game he's ever called.
Yeah, because both. I mean, this game was worse than the Bama game.
Yeah, and we said, hey, you can play like you did against Bama offensively and still win, and they were actually maybe worse. They were better on third down, but everything else was just a mess. So, and look, Auburn, they came into this game saying, we're going to sell it to stop the run, beat us any other way. And Bo got tested, and he made some mistakes, but he also won enough on those plays to pull Missouri to a victory. I think he'll still get better. It is getting better because I think he was better than he was against Alabama in this game, and Auburn's a very, very good defense. So I'm not I've already seen some chatter on Bo after tonight. Guys, he's our QB. That's not changing.
Yeah.
Drinkwitz tried to temper expectations with him, actually, even after like the Kansas game and stuff. Like he was not ready to crown him. Like he knows Bo has a lot to improve on. I think he'll get better. I thought he was better. I mean, look, he went up against a lot of blitzes and a lot of cover zero in this game. And although he wasn't perfect going up against it, like he didn't necessarily panic. He didn't turn the ball over in any of those situations because of the pressure.
He took a few sacks, and one of the interceptions, I think both of the interceptions were actually on cover zero.
Yeah, so the first one definitely was, but it wasn't really the cover zero that caused the interception. It just because like he got free.
He got it.
Said, Manning could have fought for the ball a little bit more, and it's whatever. And the other one was an arm punt, essentially. So, yeah, I know it's getting I think we're getting to the point where we'll wrap up this post-game breakdown. But I did say I have a question for you because I'm curious. So with Mizzou versus Vanderbilt next weekend, after Missouri gets this huge overtime thrilling win over Auburn in double overtime on the road, like, is there any worry about a hangover with them going into Vandy? But the second part of my question to you is who's more likely to be hungover, like us after
Vandy.
a game like this, or Vandy after beating LSU?
100% Vandy, because I don't think that Drink is going to be in that locker room and praising them. Like he's riding the high of the win right now, but tomorrow he's going to be livid. And they are going to play with their hair on fire next week. Hopefully. That is the copium and hopium getting to me right now. And just hoping that Vandy, off of a top 10 win, just rides too high off of it, which is kind of what they did last year after the Alabama game, if I remember right. They I think they lost at Texas the very next week. So I mean they played Texas kind of close, but very much were still riding off the high of the Bama win. So I'm hoping that they had a similar reaction, even though, and I will give a lot of respect to Vandy fans, they didn't storm the field, which I was really surprised by, but good for them having that kind of self-respect whenever you're a favored team at home. So don't rush the field in those situations. But yeah, I think it's pretty clear that there's not really many other options for game day, especially with Memphis losing, which is why they haven't announced it yet, because I don't think that they want to go there. But their other option is going to North Dakota State, South Dakota State. So I think that Vandy's more likely to be hungover, and they're going to be way more into college game day being in Nashville than Mizzou is. Like, Mizzou's not going to give a shit about that, but I guarantee you the buzz around Nashville is going to get to those players. Yeah, because it's never been bigger than it is right now at Vandy. Like, they are at their all-time high right now.
Yeah, I think I agree. So it'll be interesting. Potentially the biggest game of the year, honestly. And I don't know if a lot of people.
It's the biggest game of the year, and then the A&M game right after that is the biggest game of the year. Win or lose.
I don't know. A lot of implications for sure, but we'll be here to break it down for you guys.
Maybe if I don't die of a heart attack.
Nah, you won't. Not with the drinkwitz culture, man. Not with the drinkwitz culture. But yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. But definitely let us know your thoughts on Mizzou's 23-17 victory over the Auburn Tigers. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Mizzou fans can find this. You can check out my work on showmefootball.com. Follow the Twitter at showmefb. Braden, any final thoughts before we go?
I don't have any movie recommendations.
Yeah, because you just gave
did I say Good Fortune?
No.
No. Okay. Good Fortune was good. I saw that on Thursday. It was a really cute movie with Keanu Reeves, Seth Rogen, and I forget the name of the director and the other guy that was starring. A nice little hour-and-a-half movie. So that would be a great movie to just detox yourself with from this game. Actually, it's perfect. It's a nice, easy, smooth ride. Unlike what this football team put on display tonight.
Yeah, fair enough. There you guys have it. Everything will be down in the description below, as always. And Braden, you know the drill. MIZ?
ZOU.